guys, it's me here, but this time it's not with River, it's with our other animals, specifically these two. Hey, their names are Goldie and Blaze. That one's Goldie, and then the other one, that one's Blaze. Come on, guys. So they live in a 15-gallon aquarium, heated by themselves. So that's who we're gonna be talking about, and we can also show you we have one angelfish that's going to a new home, and another goldfish. Her name's Sushi. That's Sushi. Come on, Sushi. That's Sushi, and that's Angelfish. So, what we're going to be talking about is how to clean and how to set up a tank. So, first we're going to talk about how to set up. So, we're going to be talking specifically about goldfish, how to set up, in my way that I found makes it easier to clean since they produce a lot of waste. So, you want a good filter. So, you have a good filter right here. You can see it's a hang-on back. Or if you get a canister filter, that's great. Or, even better, is a sponge filter. So, a sponge filter basically aerates and filters your tank at the same time. Just the thing is, you want a little bit bigger of a tank than what the goldfish need, because the sponge filters are about that big and they take up space. So say I put a sponge filter in here, it's about that wide. So it would take up a lot of space. And you probably need at least 2 for 2 goldfish. And you can never under filter. So use as many filters as you need. So I mean 4 is ideal, but at minimum 2 for 2 goldfish, but ideally 4 for 2 goldfish. 2 filters per goldfish is usually good. And then we have a aerator. So this one is just a simple 10-gallon aerator, because the filter does a little bit of aerating and they seem to be fine. And then you want airline tubing, so just like that. And you want a air stone. So it's a little thing that goes on the end of the tubing that sort of disperses the air and makes air look like that. So if you can see right there in the corner, that's going like that. That's the air. So it oxygenates the water really well. And then for our bottom tank, we just have a simple 20-gallon with the same air stone, same airline tubing. Next, you want a temperature dial or a thermometer. What we have here, we'll take it from the bottom tank, is just a simple little sticky piece. So a little sticky piece like that goes inside the tank. And then a little circle, then our thermometer. So, you want to put it in, just usually where the clear is, just like that. And then you want to turn it, because it's going to be sticking to the wall. So you want it like that. So you can still see where the dial is. And then you just put it in the water where you can see it, and you're all good. Next, you want some sort of cleaning tool for like the algae. So, what we have here is one that you don't need to put your hand in the water for, so like just daily maintenance. If I ever see anything starting, I can just quickly scrub it. So it's a little handle, this goes on the outside, just like that. And then on the inside, it's like a rough piece of plastic, sort of, that goes on the inside that. It's magnetized. So we'll show you on the top tank. So, put it in. And then you just stick that to right there. A towel. And then you can just go from the outside, just scrub. Scrub the tank wall, make sure everything's clean. So you need something like that. Then if you don't have a good source of outside light, you need a light. So right here, you have a little light that I've taped to here. Doesn't really work. But there's a little switch for the top tank. Just goes like that, or just like that. Like this. Oh. Like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then for the bottom tank, we have a little, it doesn't have a lid, so we have this thing, which has a little touch thing on top that you don't really press it. It's just like you skim over, so it just goes like that. And then the lights off, lights on, lights on. So either way is fine. With a lid's great, without a lid's great. Just without a lid during the summertime, evaporation could be quicker, but if you're doing water changes, daily water changes, and weekly water changes, it should be just fine. Make sure you top it off. But this, in case you're worried, like you go away a lot, which I don't recommend to have fish. If you go away a lot and you don't have a fish sitter, a lid would be best. So, now we get on to decor or substrate. Now with these single-tailed goldfish, it's fine to have a little bit of decor. So like we have in here let's get all the sand off. A little, let's dry it off. A little shark that they can swim through. So it has a hole in the middle that they can swim through. Now, say you have a fancy goldfish, I recommend just bare bottom. Don't have anything in it, they'll be fine. As long as you interact with them. So that's about it for decor. And the bottom tank doesn't have any decor, so it's just plain bare bottom. Next thing is substrate, which you can see them looking at. Now, gravel or sand. Either one is your choice. But what I recommend with goldfish is to have, is to have sand, because when they go to the bathroom, it stays on the top. So like here, you can see it stayed on the top. So it doesn't go under like with gravel. And then with gravel, you have to sift through and go through. When you're cleaning, this you just skim right over and it cleans it right up. So it's a lot easier to do that, I feel, versus the other way. Temperatures. Okay. So, next is cleaning. That's the thing you'll probably have to do the most with your goldfish. Hey, buddy. Let's go make bomb tank. Okay. So, that was a little clown Paco. He's going up the road in a few days. So, and the tanks are the same temperature. So, don't need if both tanks are the exact same temperature, what they are, because I can see this one's 62 degrees and that one's 62. That one's 62 degrees and this one's 62 degrees. So I can take him and put him down there. And that's another thing with the algae. Now, a lot of people say, oh, just get a pleco, they're perfect. They get about 24 inches. They get huge. And they just produce even more waste. So I think it's easier just to get a little scrubber and just scrub, scrub, scrub. Now if you have a pond, do what you want. So now we'll do what you need for cleaning. So first thing you'll need for cleaning is what's called a Python water changer. So this end goes in the tank, so it's a little thing that you can just skim over, and it sucks it up in, and this is just how you can get it started. These are easy. Or you can go into the water like this, up, get the water flowing, and then quickly dive back down, and it'll start the suction process if you don't have one of these. Next, we'll show you how to use these. So it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a partial water change or a full water change, because like say you have a 10 gallon or a 15 gallon like this, we do a cleaning, a little bit of cleaning every single day. And then once a week we do a big water change that goes down to probably about here, 75%, 2/3, something like that. But for our little cleanings, you just have a little bucket like this, has a handle, and all we do is we set it down on the ground, which we'll do right here. And then I put this piece, not this end, this piece, into the bucket. So you really want to make sure it goes into the bucket. So now, I'm going to take the lid off, set the lid right here. So, now it's dark, but you can sort of see there was stuff right here. So now all we're going to do is we're going to, let me see, we're just going to squeeze this while it's underwater. So you can see the water going up. Just have to do it a few times. And now it's flowing. Now all you have to do is just skim it, and everything gets picked up. Actually, I'm going to pause it after we get this. So we already cleaned up some of it, but I'm going to put this take this off. Actually, and I'm just going to put it here so that you can hopefully see it. There we go. And this is what I was talking about with the lidless. It just, you can access it. So I just I don't know how you'll be able to see it, but it's fine on my end. Okay, so now that, and then you can see the filter we have right here. Can't really see it. Okay, so now we can continue. Hopefully you can see it. You can look down where it is and just skimming, and it's just taking everything up. And you can just sift through everything, just to make sure. And a little bit of sand will come up, but not much. Not anything to really worry about. And if you see that a lot of sand's coming up, usually, so say it's like a 10-gallon and you buy 20 pounds, usually you have a little bit left over. So what you can do is we had probably about 5 pounds left over because of how much we wanted taken. So, and I like about the sand is you don't need to unsettle everything. So your tank isn't going to be as cloudy. You're just taking some stuff out. Okay. Little guys clear. Oh. That's one thing that you don't like about having it. Okay, so I think that's about good. About 1 bucket full. And usually for our cleanings, we like to do about 1 bucket full, which you will see. Don't get it on me. You don't want it to sit on the floor. So, okay, 1 bucket full. I'm gonna go dump this out and bring some water back. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. More like 1 second for you. Okay, so now we have our filter. Watch out, guys, it's light. I'm just gonna set this right here just to get it out of the way. So we can move this out of the way. Okay, so I have our water right here. Now, next things you'll need that's like liquid is, well, also a net is nice. And for the filters, you'll need whatever filters you need with it. So, and a few things that could be problematic for your fish, I would just recommend to get I'm just going to take this and put it on the bottom tank for a second. Like that. But, so like methylene blue, you can look it up, take it how you will. But that's really good. It's not a sick fish thing. It's not for sick fish per se. It just will help fish that could be injured or sick from another fish. Also is an ammonia neutralizer, because when you're starting the tank, or if you don't know anything, oh, you're pooping again. But it's good to have an ammonia neutralizer, just in case, if you like breed fish. So a net's good to scoop them up, or you don't even need a net, either one. And for the net, I recommend having a little bucket that has a little bit of water in it, or cleaning. Good. Now, you also want a quick start, limiting ammonia and nitrite. And even though it says quick start and it says allow instant addition of fish, you don't want to add your fish immediately. It can take up to 1 month to get all natural beneficial bacteria in your filter and in your sand. So, and also doing that, you want to feed them a little bit of fish food so that they can grow and eat. Next, you'll definitely need, this is not a maybe you should in case your fish get hurt, tap water conditioner. Tap water conditioner. So it removes chlorine, chloramines, and heavy metals. So you're just going to read the back. It says add 6 drops per US gallon. So this is what I would say about 2 gallons. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And usually you can dose it about 5 times more. So what I usually do is just dose it right there, just a quick little squeeze. Because I risked it once and I forgot to put it in, and they almost died. Next thing is, this is from API, it's called Stress Sign. It has beneficial bacteria. So whenever I do a water change, I like to, or a filter change, I dose a little bit in the new water, a little bit in the old water, and if I'm changing the filter or if I'm doing a huge water change, I take a little bit and I put it in the filter. So when it runs through, it gets caught. It's really good for them. Okay, so next, you can either use this to push it back in, which is okay. You go like this and put it in, which we can see if it's tall enough. There we go. Now it's pouring in. It just needs to be taller. This works on the bottom tank, just not the top. But say you can't do that, which I usually like to do it at least as much as I can, and then I check the temperatures. try to get them equal, and then usually just take it out, hold it up, take this out, hold it up, and then just place it over here. And what I also like to do is I take this usually, and I just try and get the temperature a little equal. So what I do is I go like this. I still like add water to the, if it's a little bit warmer. And then I like hold it there, check, seems about right. I add is even more, and go like that. So say the temperature is a little warmer or a little colder, I do that. If it's a little colder, I do it even more, but if it's just a little warmer than they're used to, it's okay. After you do about 2, you can start going a lot quicker. So, I'm just gonna start emptying it. I'm gonna start putting water from this bucket into that tank. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I filled the tank up all the way. Now I'm just gonna adjust it so that how, like the sand, just make the sand good. I'm just gonna fix that. Probably I might take it out, but I don't know. For my little pleco, he likes to hide most of the day, so I'm just gonna set the sand nice and flat. Top tank, make sure it's got no big bulges. Sort of gotta let the sand sit. Now you see the little air stone, it aerates it, gets it nice and airy. So I have that, and then I have the heater back here, which just sticks onto the wall and heats at night right now. When it comes winter time, since these guys do live in our garage, either one tank will be brung in, so it's a lot easier to maintain because there's a lot of plugs for this setup. The one either will be coming in with me with a heater to stay at a constant temp, or we'll put both of the heaters on since there's one down in the bottom tank and one up here. We'll just turn both the heaters on 24/7 at a set temperature, probably about 72 to 75. We'll pick one, and if it gets colder, we'll set it at a little bit warmer of a temperature. Since these guys aren't meant to deal with cold, it's just meant to keep it at a set temperature. So, that's about it, if I'm thinking correctly. Oh, price of goldfish. So, you can find, like, I really like Orlando goldfish because of their big wen, and they're a lot goofier. But they can range $60, $70, maybe even $80 per fish. Now, say that's an adult, that's about the right. But say it's a baby, it could be just a little bit less, $40 to $50. But, I mean, you can find great, like, Goldie right here was a 25-cent feeder fish. Had chopped up fins, looked horrible, was a lot smaller back then, too. So, grew probably a good inch or 2. Blaze, he was just a medium comet, nothing really special about him. And then Sushi down there that has the beautiful, beautiful colorings. Sushi was probably about $10, maybe $20. We got her a while ago, but maybe even $20 fish. So it really depends, cause like those two, Goldie and Blaze, they are a pretty standard color. The silver white with gold and the orange, and then the all orange is a pretty standard color for goldfish. But like Sushi with the orange, the red, the black, the bluish, it's beautiful. Silver, white, it's really beautiful with all those mix of colors. But then again, with the feeder goldfish, you don't really know how big they'll get, because, I mean, at least in our pet store, it just says feeder fish and has small ones and big ones for different types of fish. But like with Goldie, you can see oh, it's going to get 10 inches long, which this one won't. It'll get about 5 inches long, and it's about 4 right now. So it'll be perfect for this size of tank, and who knows, we might even get a 20-gallon to put her in, or keep them in these two 15-gallons and get a 20-gallon and set like right on the other side for an Oranda. And I would say for an Oranda, you could probably put 2 in a 20-gallon. You just need big water changes daily. So at least 50% daily and probably 75% weekly. Just to really ensure that the water quality, like the ammonia. Oh, and that's another thing. You're going to need to have a test kit. Whether that's a test strip you put in, you wait 15 seconds and you look at it, or you take a water sample and put a few drops in it, and then you shake it and then look, which I have both. So that's about it, and we'll probably dose this with a little quick start since I emptied out the tank. Okay, that's good. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, and if you're having problems with ammonia, don't go straight to ammonia neutralizer. I like to do a little bit more natural. So like with the top fin hang on back filters, they have a 2 filter set, the main filter and then the secondary filter, which are these things, which you can get carbon to help deal with this water clarity, which I will use, ammonia reducer, or phosphate remover. So we have ammonia neutralizer in right now because that's just what was on sale and what we bought. Okay. And also fish food. Here I have a, let's get this. Okay. I have a goldfish granules color enhancing from Aqueon, so slow sinking, which these guys love when I put them in. Let's see if they'll notice. And that's another thing with sand. When it falls on the ground, they can sift through it, and it makes them think. So, if we put it in a pinch, let's see if they start noticing and eating, because it's right about there. See? Oh, you can't see it from there. Like that. So you can see how... Oh, I'm not used to it. So there's Blaze eating. There's Goldie. So there they are, and that's the food. That's the food. Okay. So we'll show you Sushi eating. So I just got a little pinch since Sushi's very big. Hope you guys can see that. Sushi. So you can see that's a ton of food for her, but she eats a ton, so. You can see when they kind of sift through. Sushi gets it immediately, but some fish don't, and then they can sift through the sand, which is really good for them. Which is really good for them that they can sift through the sand. So I will clean Sushi's tank a little bit later. I usually like to span them out in between 4 to 5 hours. So, yeah. That's it for you guys today. I hope you liked the video. And if you guys want me to show you more of my goldfish and how I set them up and just like daily routine with my goldfish, please like and subscribe. Bye!